Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hi, folks. Welcome back. I'm going to call this segment here, These People Really, Really Suck. And we're going to get some articles here from the Post Millennial. I like the Post Millennial a lot. I encourage people to go on it. Let's start with the first one. All our friends here at the White House are all just huge fans of the press secretary, Jen Psaki. Let's watch a video. White House asks when Biden will apologize for falsely accusing border agents of whipping migrants. Now, they've had their investigation and said no border guards will be charged criminally. Now, that you've been told they will not be criminally charged, will you apologize? And we're going to see is from Peter Doocy from Fox, asking Jen about that particular topic. So let's listen.
Additional question about something that happened a few months ago down at the border. We've been told that the mounted Border Patrol officers the president accused of whipping migrants have been notified they will not face criminal charges. So when is the president going to apologize to them?
There is a process and an investigation that's gone through the Department of Homeland Security. I don't have any update on that.
People, which would be a criminal offense, and they've been told they're not going to be criminally charged.
And there was an investigation into that, and I'll let the Department of Homeland Security announce any conclusion of that investigation.
You accuse these officers of brutal and inappropriate measures now that they've been...
Yeah, and they did. Repeatedly. Maxine Waters, all those, I'll call mental pygmies for lack of a better term. It's their law enforcement. They guard the border to your country, you idiot. And you call them all kinds of names, horrible racist things. And yet, there's an ongoing investigation from the Department of Homeland Security. Well, they've already been told they're not going to be charged. So there is no investigation. The Homeland Security investigation will take forever. This has been months and months and months and months. Homeland Security hasn't finished their investigation yet? It's a handful of agents. What's to investigate? Take a day, maybe 2 or 3 if you stretch it out. And here we are months later, and we get this. Crickets. Well, when is the investigation going to be done? Well, ask Homeland Security. These people suck so bad.
Been told they will not be criminally charged. Will you apologize?
And Peter, there was an investigation into their behavior. So that investigation is playing out. Whenever it's going to be announced, the Department of Homeland Security will.
Look at her smirk. I'm telling you the truth. She thinks this is a joke. I really believe that she's a sociopath. Honestly. Honest to God, I believe she's a sociopath. My opinion only. These people suck so bad.
I'll announce that, and I'm sure we'll have a comment on it after that. Go ahead.
No apology. Nor there'll ever be one. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Despite those directly involved at the scene speaking out about the falsehood, Representative Maxine Waters will have the lowest IQ in the House of Representatives, and that's a pretty low bar. Advertised the horsewhip rumor was true when proclaiming it was worse than we witnessed in slavery. Incredible. Eventually, established outlets in the New York Times had to admit the horsewhip scandal didn't happen. Unbelievable. Their forfeit came after the photographer behind the viral images said he never saw border agents whip anyone with a thing. Incredible. Now let's take a look at our next story. White House says masks no longer required for airplanes after a federal court ruling. While the Biden administration has still figured out how to respond to their mask mandate being struck down, major airlines await further instructions. So there they are, Peter Doocy. Going to ask her again. Let's see how she responds.
Thank you, Jen. You said about this mask ruling out of a federal court in Florida that it's a disappointing decision, and you say you continue to recommend that people wear masks. Why is it that we can sit here in the White House briefing room with no masks, but people can't sit in an airplane cabin?
Because we're the elite. We're in charge, and everyone else is peons. I love the guy on the left sitting there smirking. You can't see the other two have masks on. But he's smirking like, it's pretty funny. Yeah, good question. Let's see what her response is. The usual, I'm going to say right out, usual bullshit.
With no masks.
Well, Peter, I'm not a doctor. You're not a doctor. That I'm aware of. If you're a doctor, I wasn't aware of that today.
Sarcastic asshole. You're not a doctor either. But you're making recommendations. Is neither is Biden. Oh, I forgot his wife is an honorary doctor. Excuse me.
Until today. Okay, not a doctor. Just making sure. I don't know. And nor do you play one on TV. Nor does he play one on TV. There you go. Most days. But these determinations, remember the masking guidance is green, yellow, and red. We are currently in a green zone in Washington, D.C., so they're not recommending it. Some people can still wear a mask if they want to. Many people.
People travel all around everywhere. Is she implying there's other sections of Washington, D.C. that aren't green zones? So when you're driving through Washington, D.C., there's a sign, you are now entering a yellow zone. Put on your mask. Is this woman whacked?
People do, or wear them in meetings, or wear them at certain times where you're going to be around or sitting close to people, or maybe you have an immunocompromised parent or friend, and so people make that decision. And this is based on health considerations and data that the CDC looks at about transmissibility, as we've seen an increase in cases on airplanes.
Then would the president support if a flight is leaving from an airport in a green zone, those people don't have to wear masks?
Again, Peter, there's been long a difference from the beginning about people on an airplane and in federal transportation.
I love her little hand gestures. Like she's talking to everybody like she's their first grade teacher or kindergartner. She's such a condescending ass. That's why I named this episode, These People Suck So Bad. Good. She's gone at the end of the month anyway. I don't think she really cares. She just doesn't want to burn any bridges with her political allies, and she'll be on MSNBC, I believe. Oh, joy. Which means I'm going to miss her because I don't watch MSNBC.
Vehicles and situations than where they are in locations. Like we here continue to be in Washington, D.C., a green zone. But what we'd ask for, I think it's important to remember, is a 2-week extension, or not ask for, what we had announced was a 2-week extension to look at the data and make.
Yeah, we don't ask for anything. We tell you what we're going to do. We didn't ask for an extension. We told you we were going to get one. It's unbelievable, these people.
Recommendations based on the data and the science about whether it should be continued or not.
Okay.
That's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Like I said, these people suck so bad. To continue on where these people suck, quotation marks, anti-racist author Ibram Kendi claims GOP are grooming children to be racist by banning critical race theory. Ibram Kendi criticized the GOP and defended critical race theory in a Saturday op-ed, saying that people have a problem with the theory are white supremacists. It's a theory, just like a century ago taught in all the top universities. I mean, just accepted by hundreds and hundreds of scholars and professors, was eugenics. And it was a theory. This is a theory as well. You don't teach college theory courses to high school, junior high people, kids, and elementary school students. It's a college theory course. You want to teach it in college as a theory? You want to piss away part of your credits? Go ahead. These people suck so bad. And here's the genius here. Now, here's the funny part. Ibram Kendi, a professor at Boston University, what a shocker, criticized the GOP and defended critical race theory. The op-ed, which was published by The Atlantic, another shocker, which lists Kendi as contributing writer and the Andrew W. Mellon Professor in the Humanities and Director of Boston University Center for Anti-Racist Speech. Andrew Mellon will be turning over in his grave. Kendi has been reported to be this is what this is really about. Kendi has been reported as making as much as $32,500 an hour for speaking engagement. Takes issue with people calling the Republican Party a parents' party, and cites contributors at Slate and Vogue who claim the GOP is talking about white parents only. However, Kendi then attacks this philosophy itself, claiming that they don't care about white parents, children, or families either. Unbelievable. Foundational assumption, the great myth is that Republican politicians care about white children. If they did, they would not be ignoring or downplaying or defending or bolstering principal racial threat facing white youth today. Unbelievable. Well, there you are, Mr. Kendi. One of the people on this segment called These People Really Suck. Congratulations, you moron. $32,000 plus an hour. And this is about justice? These people suck so bad. Who's paying these morons 32 grand? The people that founded the 1619 Project are multimillionaires now. Race baiting is big business. You ass. Now, this next one pains me to say this, because actually I used to like Jon Stewart. I thought he was a funny guy. And when he came back from his, he took a few years off, I guess, when things started getting really bad politically. And then when he got back, he sounded like a normal human. And all of a sudden, he got woke real quick, figuring that he can cash in. Jon Stewart's new woke show, Tanks, loses 80% of viewers after first episode. Yeah. He's a smart and talented guy. So we're going to add you, Mr. Stewart, to our These People Suck list today. It's incredible to me. It truly is. Stewart's competition is doing much better, and people are expecting the show to perform on par with John Oliver's similarly themed last week Tonight Show, which apparently pulls in close to 1 million viewers per episode on average. According to the New York Post, the show's first episode was seen by just 180,000 in U.S. homes in the first week it debuted last fall. Measurement firm Samba TV said that number dropped to 78% to 40,000 by the fifth episode, and that's the one show they were talking about. Stewart himself hasn't made a direct statement on the show's poor performance, but he did allude to it during the premiere episode 1 timing, say, "Thank you for watching. My guess is you didn't. You're probably just not going to look at aggregated clips of it somewhere on YouTube where you pirate Ted Lasso," he continued bitterly. "You don't even know how to get Apple TV, do you?" Unbelievable. John, you used to be a sharp guy, and you're funny as hell, too. You ragged both sides equally when you saw something to make fun of them about. And when you came out of your hiatus after a few years, you were talking with reasonable common sense, like common sense people. Then you must have got told by your agents and all the TV people, Apple in this case, "Hey, dummy, if you act really woke, we'll give you a crap load of money." And he went, "Okay. John, you suck. Your reputation is now in the garbage." Now, this one here is going to be a little more sensitive. Also from the Post-Millennial, a professor says minors can be enthusiastically involved in initiating SEX activities with adults. We can't be effective in working with them if we assume that all such relationships start with a predatory or criminally inclined adult. Are you effing kidding me? Incredible. Professor David Finkelhor, well, there you go, of New Hampshire participated in a march discussing the elements of voluntary participation by juveniles involved in SCX. I don't even want to read the rest of it. Saying that when trying to prevent SCX crimes against children, it's key to realize that in cases that it's children themselves that are initiating the activity. It's incredible to me. And there's Libby Evans on the right. She's the head editor for the Post Millennial. If young people are initiating SEX activities with adults who are enthusiastically involved, he said, we can't be effective in working with them if we assume that such relationships start with a predatory or criminally inclined adult. As we've seen this discussion, young people bridle at being forced into this box of being seen as being the victim of a predator. You're a minor. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, should I even play this? Well, let's just see what he says.
Also, if young people are initiating sexual activities with adults or enthusiastically involved, we can't be effective in working with them if we assume that all such relationships start with a predatory or criminally inclined adult. As we see in the discussion, young people bridle at being forced into this box of being seen as being the victim of a predator. And
unbelievable. Look at the looks on the rest of them. Look, they all got a shot of Novocaine. Like, is this guy for effing real? So, well, there you have it. There's another one on our list of you suck. David Finkelhor, who's a professor, I'm sure, who's tenured, that's making hundreds of thousands of dollars per year for working less than 6 months a year, and will get a top-notch pension and gold platinum health insurance for the rest of his life and or his spouse, if he has one. Well, well, well. Thank you so much, Professor Finkelhor. And lastly, folks, we're going to end with our president, Joseph Biden. During a supposedly Easter egg hunt, whatever the heck they had on the White House lawn. And Biden was talking about Pakistan and Afghanistan when the Easter Bunny intervened and motioned him away. Let's take a look.
Pakistan should not, and Afghanistan should be equal.
Oh, the Easter Bunny, Mr. President.
And there it is. The Easter Bunny had to intervene so the President of the United States wouldn't talk to the press. These people suck so bad. Well, let's watch that again because I think it's worth watching.
Pakistan should not, and Afghanistan should be equal.
Oh, the Easter Bunny, Mr. President.
And there he is. Hi. Old man, this way. Incredible. And everybody cheered. Unbelievable. These people suck so bad. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.